oh shit, this whole time I was talking and nobody could hear me. God damn, bro. I've been talking the whole fucking time. Thank you, Mayor, for letting me know. That's crazy. Lucky for me there's Mayor, bro. Otherwise I wouldn't even know. But yeah, I was just saying I'm not doing Clash today. Trying something different. Do a little bit of just chatting. And I don't know, smoke a J, talk with you guys about stuff. Yeah, what up, crazy? How you doing, man? Today we have a just chatting stream. Rolling a J right now, right as we speak. Hope everyone is doing great. But yeah, this way I don't have to, you know, just be distracted by the game. I can lock in on chat, talk with you guys about whatever kind of thing, you know, give it really 100% of my attention. And I've been thinking about like what to do instead of Clash, but I don't really want to like stream other games and stuff. I don't want to like necessarily just start doing political content or like video essays or shit like that. Because like I've been down that road before as well. Was thinking maybe going back to making songs since I made a bunch of them and I got some friends that can help with that right now, but I don't know, I'm debating. Not even just in content creation, but like life in general. I've been back in my hometown for around a year now. And while I am a lot happier now than when I first got here, which is like, you know, something I'm pretty proud of because it was kind of hard, but there's still like something within me that is like, I want to fucking go to China, man. Like, I'm gonna just be so for real with y'all right now. I want to go to China while I'm still in my 20s. How about you? How about me? What? If I'm not audible? Chess, maybe? It's a game of politics. Chess? Why is chess politics? Because of the king and the queen? Or because of the bishop? Ooh, no, that's more religion than politics, but I guess you could argue they are one and the same. Alright, I think I loaded the grinder up really well. There we go. Yo, what up, Corrupt? How you doing, man? Most people right now are on the YouTube. Wow, the pregnant man emoji though. But yeah, how's it going with y'all's lives right now? We're in 2026, y'all, and we're heading towards the summer now. You know, it's gonna take a while, but 2027 is at the doors. The new era, the new reality, the new season. The new season, bro. How are y'all enjoying your last few years in the world as we know it? Yo, what up, Metaphysics? This is the live stream for you, man. We're leaving Clash behind with this one, smoking it up and asking the important questions. By the way, bro, Metaphysics, I have a show for you. I literally just finished binging it, and that's what gave me the motivation to even start this stream without like starting up Clash, you know? I was like, I want to talk about other shit today. The show is called Pantheon, and I'm not gonna spoil anything to you, man, but you gotta fucking watch it. It's gonna be like a lot of time. It's like 2 seasons, I think 16 episodes. It's like 1 hour each. So it's gonna take you a bit to binge it, but it's worth it just for the ending. Just for the ending, it's worth it, bro. I'm telling you. The show is called Pantheon, from like 2022, I think. I think so, yeah. How to spell it? I mean, I can type it. I mean, I can just Pantheon. Yeah. Yo, what up, Alan? It's been a fat minute. How have you been, Alan? God damn, bro. You're mod, so I should recognize you, but I'm sorry, I don't know who you are. I don't remember any Alan.na. I'm sorry, man. This is the weed. I just smoked too much weed. Let me roll one up right now. Yeah, Pantheon, bro. The Pantheon. Like the Greek one. And it makes sense, because, I mean, these shouldn't be spoilers, but after watching the whole show, even though it's super sci-fi, technology, all that shit, after watching it, you realize, wait a second. The plot is exactly the same as, like, Greek mythology. With, like, you know, the gods and family drama and, like, whatever. I'm not gonna spoil too much of it, but watch Pantheon. Definitely underrated. Crazy show. They explore many themes there. They even have a part about peace in the Middle East. And this is an American show, so I didn't have a lot of expectations, but I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm pleasantly surprised by this show. Oh yeah, I get it, Alan. Well, how are you doing, man? As you can see, I'm kind of in my not really wanting to play Clash era. Yo, what up, Stains? How you doing, man? My face is blessing your screen. You know what's blessing the screen that I'm witnessing with my eyes right now? It's this joint, bro. Also, is the music too loud? I feel like the music might be a little too loud. Okay, it should be fine like this. Let me press this J. Do you guys do this with your joints? Where you take scissors or like any other spiky object and then you just press them down? I know a lot of people don't do it. You have some people that like just tap them on the table or something. I like to actually just stick something in there and press it down. There we go. Live restricted for some audiences. Makes sense. We are smoking a joint, but I don't really mind. Paul Dano has been given voice to a character. I don't know who Paul Dano is. Where's the Dutch guy at? The rapper. I mean, he's probably in the Netherlands, bro. I'm in Italy right now. Love how I'm smoking a blunt, enjoying you, and you're rolling on to go to get it started, right? Yo, what up? Oh, how you doing, man? Look, guys, the other day I fucking broke my ashtray. I had like a real nice ashtray. This is what I'm using now as an ashtray. Just like a fucking container that I found in my house. But I carved a little joint holders. You see? I carved little joint holders in the fucking side of the thing. I'm a resourceful guy, I swear. Do you use a bong or only J's? Pretty much exclusively J's, like Stain says. But, you know, sometimes when I'm at a friend's house, we do smoke with a bong. I'm more of a J's guy, though. I like J's more than any other method of consumption. Last time I was in stream, you were considering taking a break from streaming and just travel the world. I still am. The one thing that's keeping me in my hometown right now is my girlfriend. Like, I recently got in a relationship and she's really amazing and I don't want to leave her behind, because she's definitely not fucking coming to China with me on a one-way ticket. Because like, if I'm going on a one-way ticket. I don't even have money for, you know, a back and forth ticket. I'm kind of crazy like that, where sometimes I just run away. I want to make shit work, you know, get there with no money, see what happens, tempt fate. You know, there's two different ways to go through life. You can either, you know, have a slow gradual change through positive habits, and you gotta have, like, you know, resilience. You gotta do it every day. Or you can have a dramatic escape. That's what I do. I just do the same shit in my comfort zone until I have a dramatic escape. Get way out of my comfort zone, and then it's crazy and shit until I'm back in my comfort zone, but now I'm in Thailand or something, you know. It's a good way to live, man. I set up, mine looks similar, hell yeah. Do you end up traveling anywhere? Oh wait, you're saying this from 4 months ago. I see, bro. Yeah, I went to the Netherlands for a couple months. Got a little time before lunch over. Hell yeah, aw. Ooh, okay, I didn't know about Paul Dano, Mayor. That's lit, bro. How was it? Well, the last few times that I've gone to the Netherlands, I keep going back to the city of Enschede, where I used to chill a lot. I mean, I used to go to uni there. I know a lot of people there, so I just hopped from couch to couch, mostly staying at the couch of my friend still. But I stayed there for like a couple months. I hopped around the Netherlands a bit too, visited different cities. I had a crazy week in Berlin. Crazy week in Berlin, my first time in Berlin. If you guys want, I can tell you about my time in Berlin, but it's not very safe for stream, I think. Lots of things that I would have to dance around talking, you know. Oh, that's a good way to do it. When I was in Thailand, two of my friends, two different people, quit their jobs just to come visit me. I was like in Thailand for like a month, and then I go down on from my hostel, and my friends from the Netherlands are there, and I'm like, what the fuck happened? And two of them were like, oh, we quit our job. The third one didn't quit his job, he just came for the vacation, but it's crazy, man. The stream is already restricted, might as well. Fair. Okay, so like I went to Berlin not knowing what to do. I literally just stopped on the train, no ticket, because I was in the Netherlands. I wasn't like on the eastern side of the Netherlands. And, you know, I just took a train, went to Berlin, seeing what happened. I was walking through the center, and I found this place, like a squatted place. It was fucking insane. I took some pictures. I don't know if I can find them. That would be a pain in the ass to find them right now. But the point is, it was a great vibe. I was looking for like a place to sleep for the night. And then I meet a crazy ass person on Grindr. She's like how do you call it? Queen, a drag queen. She's like a local drag queen, and she's like super fucking cool. I end up going to her place. I end up staying at her place for like a week, and I don't want to get in too many more details than that, but I had to get checked at the end because I ended up getting a fever at the end of my stay in Berlin, and then I got checked because she revealed to me that she had syphilis, which is like, god fucking damn it, tell me before the week-long sex binge. But yeah, that ended up sending me on a wild goose chase for like a couple months, because I was getting tested again and again and again and again and again, because I wanted to find out if I had syphilis. I didn't want to fucking die. Like, syphilis is the kind of shit that if you ignore it and you don't realize you have it, like 20 years later you die, like randomly, because it reaches your nervous system. So I was like, if I have it, I want to know it. So I got tested in the Netherlands, I got tested in Germany, I got tested like when I went back to Italy. I don't have it. I don't know what kind of like God is looking over me, or angel or whatever, or like I don't know what it is, but throughout my life I've been very let's say illiberal with my condom use. I don't use them often, and I do have a lot of sex with strangers, but I've never got anything from it. So, you know, it's like I told myself if I ever did get something, I would stop. But now I don't need to anymore, because like I never got it, and now I'm in a relationship. I'm even using condoms now. You know what? That's too much information. I'm being too open right now. How many J's a day? 3, 5. Today I smoke like 6, but that's because I was binging a very nice series. I'm gonna have to dip, but best of luck to you, bro. Yo, see ya, Alan. Thank you for dropping by, man. Appreciate you. Yo, what up, Glock? How you doing? Hit a ghost prob? Nah, bro. I don't want to play with it. I just want to smoke, man. What's not bad? Yeah. 6 J's? Yeah, no. I'm chilling, because I don't have a lot of money, so can't smoke too much. Maybe let's put on some beats. You ever visit Cali? No. The only time I ever went to America, I went to New York when I was 16 years old. I got a crazy story from that time too. I smoked a J in the UN. That was kind of cool. Yeah, I have been collecting keep in my grinder, man. Gotta drive through dispensaries. Oh man, if I'm ever in Cali, please do hit me up. If there is a state I would ever go to in America, it's California. I'm not going to any other state. Definitely not until y'all get a violent revolution going. Yo, let's talk about violent revolution. This is my solution. Let's fix pollution by killing the problem at the root. The billionaires. I don't wanna say shit that could get me banned on Twitch or YouTube. I don't know what you do, dude, but I'm too high for Scooby-Doo to sniff me. I got weed on me, but not the kind of shit that gets you banned on Twitch. Say it down low. I'ma chill with my homies on the internet. This is the intro zone. It's the kind of shit that you smoke with the ozone layer. Man, I spit fire, I'm the blazer, but I'm raising funds for my savior. It's a god AGI and I'm gonna tell you it's sci-fi until it happens. Man, on this shit I'm a classic. I'm bouncing up and down like on a mattress. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Let me get back to chat and we'll see what they say. Yo. If I can't even visit the US, I can't even visit the US right now if I wanted to. My passport was banned. Wait, where are you from, Stains? That your passport was banned from the US? Or is it like a personal thing where like you personally got banned? Have you seen the Source Code movie? No. Oh, you're Egyptian. Wait, Egyptians can't go to the US right now? I mean, I'm slightly surprised. I thought they were focused on. I mean. You know, I don't fucking know, man. I don't fucking know who they're banning in America. Nah, I shouldn't be surprised. Imagine, bro. Stain got banned from America because he hit up the Pentagon. The source code. Okay, let me check it. The source code movie. The source code. Can't find it. Is it just source code? Oh, I see it. Source code. Okay, I mean, they say to not judge a book by its cover, but I'm like, I don't know. I don't know, bro. On the beat. Let me speak. You wanna put some clash balls in the background? Like for real, for real? Who knows what y'all's president said? I mean, if my country's passport got banned from visiting America a week after Trump spoke to my president, I will be like, okay, maybe the president is a little cooler than I thought. But I don't know shit about Egyptian politics, so. What card was the best in Clash Balls? It's subjective. I think they're pretty balanced. I mean, my favorite is Mortar, but I don't think it's the best. Let's see what's going on Reddit. I'm not at liberty to discuss that. That says a lot. That says enough. Don't expose yourself, bro. Events get repeated 10-15 times until the mission gets completed. That's the movie. Some crazy parallel verse. Okay. You go next? No. I actually deleted my account like the day that Musk bought it. So many protests here in Cali. Try to protest, guys. I mean, you know, it's not gonna do anything without violence, but I'm not endorsing anyone specific to do it. I'm just saying free Mangione. Yo, free Mangione. Aristotle, best Greek philosopher. But actually there's so many better than him. Why did they put Diogenes there, bro? Nah, Diogenes deserves to be way higher, bro. Diogenes is number 1. This is how they're seeing the protests right now. I don't know if you see the meme clearly. Wait, let me put it so that you guys can see it better on the vertical. Because I don't think there's anyone on Twitch anyway. Oh, there's 3 people on Twitch. What up, people on Twitch? Hot take of the day. A worrying number of leftists are actually just evangelical Christians with the serial numbers filled off. The world is... Instead... Okay, we just have to wait until... Okay. Damn. I feel called out. I feel called out. I'm gonna be honest, I feel called out by this meme here. Bad praxis. Any praxis is praxis, yo. Any praxis is praxis. What up, J Juice? How you doing, man? We're having a non-clash stream today.
They will believe it. Such like winning the pool is forbidden in China.
Let's hear this guy out. Let's hear this guy out. What's he saying?
This video is trying to offend those Western morons who believe no matter how ridiculous the lies, they will believe it. Such like winning the pool is forbidden in China. I'm in China. I'm Chinese, and fuck you. You believe China have social credit system? Fuck you twice. You believe Xinjiang Uyghur genocide? Fuck you 3rd time. Okay, I don't even want to fuck you. You are disgusting. You are the problem of humanity. You are the disease of humanity. You believe no matter how ridiculous a lies is, and you're spreading the lies. Make sure this video can offend you. That's my purpose.
Damn, bro was mad. You're from there? From where? From here? There's no way. You're from Alice Springs? Yeah, bro. They actually got way worse credit systems in Europe and America than they do in China. In terms of like, you know, restricting freedom. Oh, you're from Australia, not from Alice Springs. I don't think there's a lot of people in Alice Springs, man. Like the inside of Australia is just fucking empty, man. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Cool, metaphysics. What's here? Whole meta deck got deleted. Damn. Damn. Okay. Damn, bro. Yo, what up, TMP Foundation? And what up, Random Vibes Fun for All? How you doing? Welcome to the stream, guys. Yo, that's nice. Let's scroll this a little. No. You see, guys, I was enjoying these embroideries because I was the one pushing people off the whole time until this light hit, and now I am the one getting pushed off. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, this is just anyone. Yeah, skibidi dop 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 skibidi dop 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 skibidi dop dop dop. Okay, I think I got it. It's a very long comment, but it just says skibidi dop 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 ss skibidi dop 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 ss skibidi dop 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 ss, and then it goes on like that. Yo. The AI doc is now out. Nice transition from Doom to Accelerate as the clip unfolds. Okay, let's check these out.
If this technology goes wrong.
Alright. Wait.
If this technology goes wrong, it can go quite wrong.
Your fear of AI is the collapse of humanity.
Well, not the collapse, the abrupt extermination. There's a difference.
So I started making this movie because my wife is 6 months pregnant. Is now a terrible time to have a kid.
I mean, I'll just be honest. I know people who work on AI risk who don't expect their children to make it to high school.
I wrote something about this. Wait, it went like, I live in the age of the hydrogen bomb, which means we won't have kids because they wouldn't grow old. And if somebody asked me what was all of that for, I tell them then that maybe God knows shit. Yeah, this sounds cool. I might see it when it comes out. AI doc.
Surprisingly straightforward. Intelligence is about recognizing patterns. Patterns. If you have learned those patterns, you can generate new information. AI
Fuck yeah.
so fast.
It's being deployed prematurely. There's so much potential for things to go wrong.
Why can't we just stop?
All these companies are in a race
To get AI that's vastly more intelligent than people within this decade.
China, North Korea, Russia.
Whoever wins is essentially the controller of humankind.
We need to take a threat from AI as seriously as global nuclear war.
I low-canyonly agree with this.
I have to find these CEOs and get them in the movie.
Great.
I want to ask you to promise me that this is going to go well.
That is impossible.
Okay. Am I hopeful? Yes. Am I confident that it'll go right? Absolutely not. AI is the thing that can solve climate change.
We could cure most diseases.
What if it's expanding what is humanly possible?
This is the most extraordinary time.
Looking at this right after watching Pantheon hits different.
I already love you.
Okay.
I think if this technology goes wrong, it can go quite wrong.
By using AI, we're about to move.
Wait, it
off
says
of
in
the
theaters
Earth into
March
the
27.
If we can be the most mature
Does
version
that
of
mean
ourselves,
it is available right now?
This is the last mistake we'll ever get to make.
I can't find it. Apocalyptimist? Really? Oh, nice. It is here. No, I got it. Bro, ma che stai facendo? Clash, no more Clash, play Clash, please. Yeah, sorry guys. I was like, let me try something different today. I'm probably gonna lose some followers for this, but I don't really care. How many people are even watching right now? There's like 4 people on YouTube, 7 people on TikTok. Are we gonna watch this AI doc, guys? Yes, I do use Firefox as my browser. Let me think. How do I put this so that even if I go like full screen, you can still see it? Whoa, that joint is hitting. I will say that much. Minimize the page smaller. No, but then, you know, I guess there is no one watching on Twitch anyway, but yeah, the horizontal aspect ratio will not be as good. Let's try another server since the first one ain't loading. Oh shit, it could be possible that this is not very easily findable. Oh noes. Oh noes. You said way too movies? Let's try that. Way too movies. What is this? What have you brought me, Q.Che? Two plus 19. I'm stumped, guys. I'm sure a robot couldn't do that. Something like this. Here it goes, a little something like this. Let's see if any of these servers is working. Playback error. Let's try the next one. This doesn't seem very available right now. I mean, I can try all the servers, but I'm losing hope. Are you trying to watch the AI doc or how I became an apocalyptimist? Optimist about the apocalypse? Is that what's going on, chat? FMHI. Do I trust that, chat? Do I trust this random link from a guy on Twitch? FMHY. Oh, free media, heck yeah. Oh yeah, I do know that. Pages.dev. I do trust you. Sorry for not trusting you. Hot meals in your area. Alright, let's try this. Oh shit! This one might actually have it. Or maybe not. Nah, it seems like maybe waiting a couple more days will let you find this documentary a little better. A little more easily, at least. But yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any actual file that has the full movie. Any actual website that has the full movie. Like, they already have it reserved for it, for when it actually does release, but right now they don't have it. Where is this fucking audio coming from? Really? Advertisements, bro? What are you doing, bro? Oh wait, is it recorded with the cam? I think this one is recorded with the cam. It's in Spanish? Is this the right movie, bro? Why the fuck is there cam recording in Spanish of a fucking AI Silicon Valley movie? I don't think this is it. I think he just loaded some random documentary, bro.
This
Esta es una historia oscura.
Yeah, these ain't it.
¿Algún problema?
These ain't no AI documentary, man. No available streams found. I think that's it, guys. 6-7 movies. Okay, if 6-7 movies doesn't have it, then we're moving on to whatever is next. It's for theaters only. But yeah, it's whatever, man. Free catch Turner. Yeah, no, they don't have it, man. I just looked it up and they don't have it even in free couch Turner. Maybe they use the AI to stop these sites? You think so? Oh shit, yeah. Check this shit out. This is actually freaky shit. I know this chick, man.
Reality is optional. Researchers have been moving towards a kind of virtual reality that is directly wired into your brain rather than just having something in front of your eyes and headphones, and it's actually incredible. I did not think that this kind of technology would be possible, but here we are. Now, each sense does have to be replicated, and in order to do that, you have to bypass your sensory system and go directly into the brain. Cochlear implants are already doing something similar. They are bypassing the hair cells and going directly into the auditory nerve. I will say that people who have cochlear implants will tell you that it's not the same as their hearing if they used to have it, and it can be rather unpleasant at times. You will find that a lot of this technology comes from prosthetics. For example, you can simulate smell by bypassing what would normally serve as the hardware of smell and going directly into the brain, and something similar has been done with sight. You can take an image from whatever's in front of you and then translate that into electrical signals. It's still pretty basic, just shapes and shadows. However, the technology is getting better. However, if you can take a real image, you can give people whatever image they want.
This is not science fiction, by the way. Like, this is real shit that we're doing right now, that humanity is doing right now. It's crazy.
That means that could be something that is very significant for virtual reality. And for touch, too. I'm not talking about wearing a full-body haptic suit. I'm talking about wiring directly into your neurons so that you can have a sensation. That is possible. There's a few different options here, and they're all pretty invasive, and they're not all that refined yet. Perhaps the more important part at this point is knowing that our brains can adjust, even at the individual neuron level. And for mice, they have no idea what's going on. They're just being dropped into a virtual world where the laws of physics are different, and they too can adjust. Yes, mice when they're in a virtual reality, and this is an optical one that's fully immersive, so they're running on a little treadmill, they can start teleporting themselves in-game.
This is full dive VR. We have full dive VR for rats. Right now. 2026, bro. Full dive VR for rats before GTA 6. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Once they learn that it gives them a benefit. Also, incidentally, that live mice, yes, with the brain still in the skull, could be used for some forms of computation, which is interesting, to say the least. I'm not entirely sure how valuable knowing this information is. I mean, they're not like tiny GPUs, but yeah. And with mice, we have demonstrated that we can make them believe they're in a space that they're not presently in. They're having a controlled hallucination that replicates that space. This involves taking repeated brain recordings while they're in a room and then later activating those areas of the brain and they start behaving as though they are in that room. Say if a feeder is on the left, they'll go walk over to the feeder and wonder why there's no food. Now, only some of these studies are in people, and many of them have been for, say, loss of vision, loss of smell, and the one we're more familiar with, loss of hearing. So we don't actually know how this is going to behave.
Startling moment in the ongoing regional tensions when the Houthi launched what they called the Palestine II missile, a hypersonic ballistic weapon reportedly capable of reaching speeds as high as Mach 16. At such blistering velocity, the missile was able to travel from Yemen to Israel in mere minutes, giving Israeli and allied defense systems very little time to react.
Damn, bro.
Why don't I?
Too much shit going on. Too much shit. Let's watch some random AI shit. Yo, see ya, Q-Che. See ya, bro. Now that's the kind of AI shit I'm talking about, man.
that this technology threatens everybody's life.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Upload my brain right now. Upload my brain right now, bro. I'm ready. I'm ready for the singularity. Whatever, man. Should I put like one of those, you know, argue with me about politics things? Let me try it. Wait. Camera. Yeah, vertical camera. And then I put like a text. How do I do it? That's the dumbest shit I've ever done. How do I put like an outline here? There you go. Make it black outline. Okay. Boom. There you go. Wait, this doesn't work though. I need to put it in a way that makes sense for the vertical one as well. Like that. It is genuinely the dumbest shit I've ever done. Did you ever vape? Yeah, I've tried it. I don't necessarily like it that much. But yeah, for sure. Careful, there might be some snipers around. What, for saying that capitalism needs to go? They would have to like kill 80% of the human population, man. Are you going to have more of these segments in the future? I'm not sure. I'm really just experimenting right now with what I want to do. Or if I want to still create stuff. Or if I want to like go back on the road. But I'm trying out stuff, seeing what sticks. I understand now, Kevin. Well, prove me wrong, Dan. Prove me wrong, brother. Oh wait, I know exactly what to write. Damn. There you go. This should do it. What do you mean you can't hear me? My mic is pretty up. But yeah, I'm done with these beats, bro. I'm done with these beats. Let's change up the music. What about this one? I don't know what it is, but let's see. Maybe it's good. You had the volume turned down. God damn, bro. Let's see what you have next. What you mean? Nah, I'm not really into that either. Let's try this one. What I have next for me is probably a joint, if we really think about it. What do you guys have next for me? Let's talk about stuff. Let's talk about random stuff, man, while I sit here thinking about what to do with my life. In this very crucial inflection point moment, both for my individual life, but also for humanity as a whole. Historically, you know, we're in a very important inflection point. Just ate a turkey sandwich and you're in the library. Eating turkey sandwiches in the library. Nice. You know, libraries are one of the amazing things that communism gives us. If they tried to invent libraries now, people would probably be like, what? You can just go in there for free? You can just get books for free as long as you give them back? That's crazy. Let's smoke a joint about it. Unlimited knowledge for free for everybody. Ooh, you know what we could watch? We could watch history. There you go. Wait a second. I got an idea.
Episodes, just anything. I'm begging you to actually watch the show.
Okay.
Allow me to briefly establish a bit of context.
Let's watch
here
this video
before I
together,
start
chat.
talking about the topic at hand. Don't click off. Please don't click off. I know people love clicking off in the first 30 seconds. Just hear me out. This is kind of important. Okay. I had this epiphany over half a year ago. As of this time, this video is likely going to be released regarding this channel, when I tried to upload a review of a newly released animated film at the time called Memoir of a Snail. This was a video that I had been working on at a snail's pace, haha funny, over the course of over a full month, even though this was easily the kind of video that I could have cranked out in half the time if I really applied myself. Now, when I uploaded the video in the first few days of its release, it received very few views, and then a couple days later I got a strike notice for the entire video due to using copyrighted footage of the film. Now, this had happened to me before with my video on Mars Express, and I was able to get around the copyright with that film by just using still images instead of footage. But with this movie, I don't know. I just didn't have it in me. And that's when it hit me. I just did.
Wait, what did you say? How do libraries even make money? I mean, that's the whole problem, man. The notion that you need to make money to exist.
Really care about this movie
A lot of times, if
and
something
don't get me wrong,
provides
it's a solid movie. People
wait, let
really
me
like
stop
it. It's getting
this.
great reviews.
If something provides a service for its community, well, that's the value, not economically speaking, you know?
And if it's something that looks interesting to you, I definitely think you should watch it. But with me personally,
Alright,
I was
let's roll
definitely
this shit
forcing
and watch
myself to
this
care about
video.
it more than I actually did, because I had imposed upon myself this obligation to this channel. A channel that I had made because I felt like I wanted to give an alternative perspective on animation, talking more about obscure and experimental and adult works outside the bubble of mainstream animation. But with all of this going down, I realized that with all of these reviews I've made, I never really wanted to talk about any of these movies or shows or topics or even adult animation in general to an extent. The only thing that I really cared about was one show, and one show specifically, Pantheon. This is not surprising if you are a subscriber of this channel. I bring it up in many of my videos to the point that it's even made some viewers annoyed. I made a YouTube short about it when it was re-released onto Netflix. It's just clear that in all of these videos, I would rather be talking about it than anything else. It's actually the reason why I got interested in making YouTube videos in the first place, because back in 2022, when it was first releasing, which is about a year before I uploaded my first video, I thought it would be cool if I made a video on it to spread the word. But ultimately, I ended up not making it because I had 0 fans to recommend it to, and I didn't really have a good recording setup. But it put the idea in my mind to start making videos about animation. And I feel as though any and every statement I have to make about American animation, adult animation, all these topics, was somehow buried here in Pantheon. I have a lot of strong opinions about this show and the context surrounding it. I think it's amazing. I think it's groundbreaking. I think it's incredibly ambitious. It's the best animated show I've ever watched in my entire life, bar none. I can't put it any other way.
I don't have
I
popcorn.
think it blows
I only have
every
crackers.
popular animated show completely out of the water. And among what I'd personally consider to be the other best animated shows out there, it's still leagues ahead of those. Compared to its contemporaries of other modern animated dramas, it's far more artistically realized and consistent. Even when bringing anime into the discussion, which I guess I should clarify when I say best animated show ever, or say the phrase animated show, I'm talking about stuff outside of Japan. Anyways, with anime, I still think it's better than the overwhelming majority of stuff out there. I have thought about this in my mind over and over and over again, and I simply cannot fathom a good counter argument to this. Simultaneously, this is a show that has one of the largest gaps in the amount of quality to the amount of fans that I've seen. Up until recently, no one talked about this show. Barely anyone knew about it. It's a show that I know would garner an absolutely massive following if given the chance, but due to circumstances beyond its control, the most in-depth discussions I've seen on the board were located on 4chan's co-board. And that place fucking sucks.
Agreed.
Pantheon has sustained
Okay, wait. Let me stop this for 1 second because I want to show you the reason I'm even watching this 6-hour or 7-hour long video about this show called Pantheon that I just finished binging. Basically, look, it says Maddie, the protagonist, creates a galactic data center from the photonic debris of all the burned up servers containing uploaded intelligences and conscious intelligences from the aftermath of a solar system exploding. She reconstructs all the photon particles and creates the ultimate data center from those particles, and she uses the star energy post. Like, okay, I'm not gonna read the whole thing. The point is, the ending is fucking insane, and it's basically like The Egg or The Last Question by Isaac Asimov, where it's kind of like this perpetual loop of the universe, where from the start of time to the end of time, everything, you know, is basically recreating itself by simulating itself forever. I seriously recommend this movie. I think this guy's gonna go into it anyway.
Pantheon has sustained a death grip on my mind for the past 2.5 years because it's an insanely telling case study of the modern animation industry, a reflection of every bad practice and incompetent decision-making and transparently money-grubbing scheme that sees art as nothing more than a commodity to be bought and sold. It's comically unsubtle, contrasting how hard this show is screwed over by every distributor except Netflix as of recent against its immeasurable quality as a piece of art, to the extent where I feel an almost moral imperative for me to talk about it, which sounds absurd, but I genuinely do mean that. So, going off of all of this, what even is Pantheon? And more importantly, why have you most likely never heard of something that is supposedly so amazing? Pantheon, narratively, is a combination of transhumanist science fiction, political conspiracy, and family drama. It's rated TV-14 and total 16 episodes, each one around 41 minutes or so, across the span of 2 equally lengthed seasons. It's loosely based on a series of various different short stories from the science fiction author Ken Liu. However, the core authorial voice, by Liu's own admission, is from showrunner, executive producer, lead writer, etc. Craig Silverstein, a guy who is interesting because he's never actually worked in animation up until this show. Liu's work primarily serves as points of reference. They provide the baseline sci-fi concepts and scenarios of certain things, and he was actually involved in the writer's room, but the actual plot and characters and themes are entirely original. The major thing borrowed from Liu, and what the story primarily focuses on, is this concept of uploaded intelligence, not artificial intelligence. Instead, this is the act of scanning a human brain and translating it into sentient code. That is a very broad overview, and the way in which this sentient data is treated ends up being a lot more versatile and human than it might sound, but regardless, that's basically how it is. The series originally started pre-production back in 2018, and then literal days before the pandemic hit in March of 2020, the series was given a 2-season order by AMC. A couple years later, in September of 2022, the first season finally began releasing on AMC+, as well as the far more obscure anime-centric streaming platform HiDive, and this is where things get
cheers, y'all,
messy. Okay, so I'm coming at this from an interesting perspective because unlike basically everyone else that has seen this, I was watching Pantheon on release. Yeah. The question then is, how did I find out about this show? Because it's not like AMC Plus was making any meaningful effort to advertise it in any capacity whatsoever. There was this trailer, not even posted onto the official AMC Plus account, and that's it. There were a couple clips on HiDive that were posted as each episode released, but like I said, who even watches HiDive? Anime fans. Anime fans do, duh. But specifically anime fans that don't watch anything other than anime, so when they see this show that is not anime, they just went into the comments to complain about Western woke media mind virus insanity, which is ironic because of how much of this show draws from anime, but I will get into that later. My point being, the only reason you would have ever known of this show's existence is if you were me and me specifically, and you spent an inordinate amount of time scouring the depths of IMDb's advanced search chart looking for any new animation shows that could be even remotely interesting. Which, in the end, is how I found out about this show. Also, I should mention that some of you might say, well, who even uses AMC Plus anyways, right? Which would be a valid point if it wasn't for the fact that this show was being led up to and released directly off the heels of Better Call Saul's final episodes, which was on AMC Plus. Is this not the ideal time to advertise your shows as much as possible at the peak of your most popular show's most popular moment? I don't get it. I don't get it. But it doesn't stop there, folks, because the actual rollout of this show, like on a technical level, was laughably abysmal. To the degree that if you're an executive and are in the business and you are in charge of these things, it would take a level of either extreme incompetence or extreme apathy towards your product to release it in a state which is, put simply, embarrassing. And you should feel ashamed of yourself for allowing it to go through like this. Firstly, the animation in of itself was clearly in desperate need of just a little more touch-ups. There were moments that felt very average and standard in quality, like most of what Invincible looks like, contrasted against moments which were jarringly fluid and incredibly well done, unlike Invincible. Sorry, I can't help myself. And it's not like this is going by the anime method where they reserve the budget for big fight scenes or whatever. No, you'd have very mundane character animations done at a shockingly high level of quality, and then more mundane character animations done at a pretty normal and not very noteworthy level of quality. I should note that this is not a knock against the show's animation quality as a whole. Even its lesser moments are still decent. It's a lot better than Invincible. It's just the inconsistency that bothers me. Speaking of inconsistency, the audio quality. This is terrible. There are moments in this show where the dialogue sounds like it is being recorded on a potato. It is muffled and off-putting, and even as a YouTuber who has a more keen sense of good audio recording than other people due to my own history with having really bad audio in my videos, it is unforgivable that it was allowed to be released in this state. And to this day, still has not been remastered, which I guess would be a whole process in of itself, but this was just so baffling to me that I genuinely thought there was something wrong with my headphones and my speakers when I watched it for the first time.
Got a call from Caspian's calculus teacher today. She said he's ready to take the AP exam now and start a college course next semester.
Well, it's good he's past that. Differential calc's worthless.
Worthless?
Now, the reason for this was because, like I said, the pandemic. Recording studios were closed, borders unopened, flights grounded, so actors pretty much just had to make do with whatever they could. Apparently, some of them just recorded their lines on a phone in a closet, so I guess this is understandable, and I don't blame the actors for this, especially because the cast were primarily live-action actors who wouldn't have an in-home setup like voice actors would.
Yo, what up, Blitz?
But the fact that the studio
No, I'm not playing Clash today. I'm kind of just chilling,
this is just
watching some YouTube.
Pantheon was not the only animated show developed during the pandemic, but to my knowledge, it is the only one with this issue. I mean, I might be wrong on that, but still, it's a problem. And it sucks because the voice acting is actually really, really good. But the main thing that consistently drove me insane as each episode was released was that sometimes they would just release the wrong episode. Yeah, I wish I was making this up. How does that even happen? I am baffled beyond belief. How do you mess this up? This is insane. This is actually insane. Even some of the crew members themselves spoke out against this. I would have to, once again, against my better judgment, go on to Ko and get a pirated rip of the corrected episode in order to watch it.
For sure, Blitz.
That board
for sure, man.
Is something that should legally qualify as psychological endangerment, and I should be liable to sue you for it. I just can't get over this. Like, how do you upload the wrong episode? There's apathy, yeah, and then there's just being a fucking idiot. To this day, this is still one of the most profoundly absurd ways that a studio has mistreated an animated show, and I cannot believe that this was allowed to happen as it did. Okay, so 8 weeks later, finally, the first season finishes releasing. On a pretty big cliffhanger, too. And 2022 me is thinking, wow, holy shit, this is really good. This show has so much potential. This is everything I've ever wanted out of American animated television. It was intelligent and tightly written with fantastic characters and gripping political suspense, but more than anything, it was overtly philosophical and thought-provoking in a way that other shows really struggle to be. And even if they were, it was never at this level of complexity or nuance or quality. So I was on the edge of my seat for the announcement of Season 2 because I felt like more than anything, this show had the potential to be the future of the medium. And then it got canceled, as well as removed off all streaming platforms. Now, I know this sounds bad, but it's actually even worse. Refer back to earlier in the video when I said that AMC Plus gave the series a 2-season order, meaning that Season 2 was being worked on before the first season even released. In this moment, I had become the Joker, and I had concocted a scheme to blow up AMC headquarters. There has been a lot of discussion surrounding the unfair cancellation and removal of animated shows off of streaming, and this moment right here might be the single worst example of a company screwing its own show. And
what did you just say to me? Okay. So, you look kind of broken, man. Would you like to share your story or pain, or tell me something that's bothered you to feel good? I am listening, no problem. Thank you, Blitz. So, I don't know if there's something specific that's bothering me, but I've come back to my hometown a year ago now. I've done some streaming to keep my mind off things, mostly just playing Clash. I started exploring more, you know, locally, found the local scene, got some friends, got a girlfriend, you know. But I think I am broken. I think I'm broken, man. I think I can't stay in the same place for too long. My soul aches to explore the world. 'Cause it's so big, you know, and our lives are so small. But I don't want to like leave my relationship. It's a good relationship. I want to see where it goes. I don't know, man. What you thinking, Blitz? I want to get on a one-way ticket to China, man.
Animated show, at least. Okay, for one thing, Pantheon is not an episodic show. The ending of Season 1 would not be a satisfying ending to the story. At least Scavenger's Reign feels like a complete story even at 12 episodes. Pantheon was always conceptualized as 2 seasons, and you, the company distributing and producing it, were well aware of this when you greenlit its existence. If you were going to cancel it a mere 3 months after its original release, then why did you even allow it to exist in the first place? There's a cycle here regarding adult animation. Studios believe that their adult animated drama is not going to gain a larger audience, and so under this erroneous belief, they decide to basically inform no one of its existence with approximately $6 of total advertising budget. This creates a sort of self-fulfilling prophecy where the show ends up doing badly because of the fact that those...
You see, man, she's in uni. She's in university, and you know, she's not gonna go on a one-way ticket with me to China.
in charge of its distribution believe it will do badly. Obviously, this is not exclusive to adult animation or even animation in general. The live-action show 1899 on Netflix was axed as well, and I'm still bitter about that to this day. But if you're not Arcane or Invincible, and you don't have a source material with a pre-established audience to guarantee an overnight success, studios usually won't want to waste any time with you. That's why there's such an abundance of mediocre adult animated action shows based off of video games or comics or whatever. Anything with some kind of pre-established following. Pantheon technically has a source material, but be real, Ken Liu's work is not really popular at all. Now, as much as I critique the industry's practices, I am not a business major, I am not an economist, I know very little about how it works or why these things happen beyond just, they make money, I guess. In Pantheon's case specifically, where it was removed from all streaming services, the strategy here is what I know of as the tax write-off technique, which I have heard best described as burning down your building to cash in on the insurance money, reducing the amount of taxable income by essentially pretending like whatever TV show they canceled doesn't exist, and thus the expenditures come with production of said TV show never airing or streaming on their services ever again. It's the scummiest thing you can do as an entertainment corporation, especially in a case like this. If any of that information is inaccurate or wrong, please inform me in the comments section. This is not my area of expertise, I'm just making an educated guess, but my point here is that this is a fucking stupid and unfair decision. However, later that year, a year after the first season was released, Pantheon did the unthinkable and cheated death. I was forced not to go to...
It's okay, Blitz. You don't need an answer. Sometimes you just, you know, don't do anything and then life goes on. It's fine.
Total Joker mode because the second season had finally found a proper distributor on Amazon Prime. Except only in Australia and New Zealand. Which is... Yeah, that's great. Thanks. I don't know why Australia and New Zealand. This is an American show. It's just... I don't have it in me to complain about incomprehensible business decisions anymore, whatever. Skip forward another year, and then finally, the show is, once again, being put on another streaming service. Netflix, this time. Except now, it's actually going to be available to watch in America, among other various countries worldwide. This was the first time in nearly 2 years that Pantheon was available to legally stream in its country of origin. When I first started making this video, only the first season was out, and I honestly expected it to remain that way, but as of now, Season 2 is finally released, and the whole show is available to watch on Netflix, which I am fucking ecstatic about in ways that I cannot even properly describe. This is such a massive win in an era where so many shows are inaccessible due to improper management, and I think that this is going to be huge. All of this context, I feel, is very necessary to understanding what about this show is worth talking about. Something so phenomenal that has been absolutely buried by the industry in a way that is so insane that it almost feels like bad satire. Like, this show is the best, or at the very least, one of the best animated shows ever made, and barely anyone knows about it because it just gets continually disregarded by the entire industry as unprofitable. I love capitalism so much. However, I think that this is a show that deserves to be known far more for what it is rather than the circumstances surrounding it. To this day, the only things people talk about regarding Symbionic Titan are the twerking scene and its early cancellation, as opposed to literally anything else about the show itself, and I refuse to let Pantheon suffer the same fate. Fortunately, over the course of the development of this video, I have noticed the show gain a pretty steady cult following, starting out with episodes being released onto YouTube for free, and gaining hundreds of thousands of views without any copyright infringement whatsoever by Amazon, which just goes to show how little the industry cares about this show. I'm pretty sure they're still up, too. And then that being bolstered by the official release through Netflix. My contribution to this, this increased...
I think that's enough streaming for today. Goodbye to the one person left on each of the platforms. There is one for each. I'll maybe see you guys some other time. But until then, goodbye.